Hello, welcome to part 2 of my review of how to draw awesome stuff, chilling creatures. If you saw my last video, I won this book in a GoodReads giveaway, and as part of getting the book, they want you to review it. So I'm going to draw a picture from the book today. So I have chosen this spooky silhouette as what I am going to try to draw based on the steps. I don't want to show you all the steps because that's cheating. You need to buy your own book, right? But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can follow the steps and get to this drawing. So come along and join me. Alright, here's the review of the book, and just to let you know what I used during the drawing if you watched it and you weren't able to pick it up. This first pencil, it doesn't have any markings on it, but it's a 2B. 2B, I had two 2Bs, they're my favorites. The book recommended a darker pencil, so I used a 7B. At a later point, I used some paper stumps for smudging and a tissue. There's my tissue. And I used a kneaded eraser and my hands for some of the blending. Alright, so my review of the book. I think it's the same review I would give for any book of this nature. I don't usually like them. I don't really like them. I think there's not enough steps. If you are a beginning artist, there's not enough steps. There's not enough direction. Very beginning artists can feel lost between step 1 and step 2, or between step 2 and step 3. You usually at some point lose you get lost. You lose, they don't know what to do. How did you get from this step to this step? There's usually not enough direction. And if you are a more advanced artist, you're not going to be buying that book, usually. Okay, having said that, I agree this book is the same as any other book as far as the steps go. I don't know, this one I really did like. I did like the steps. I liked the written directions that were given next to each step. So as far as that goes, it was as good as it's going to get. So I like that. But what I liked about this book is that the subject matter was interesting. It wasn't draw this flower, draw this face, draw this landscape. It was some interesting topics that made it fun. It made it almost like a little exercise book or inspiration for a sketchbook entry in my sketchbook. If I'm trying to draw every day, this might have given me some inspiration. As you can see, there are some strange, this eye is pretty crazy. It's got fingers coming out of it. So there are just some strange things that you can draw in here. I don't know if chilling is the right word. This maybe is a little chilling. But they're definitely like bizarre. So I like that. If you're looking for something to draw for when you're stuck, you're blocked and you don't know what else to do and you're just looking for exercises, this book is a lot of fun and I really recommend it for that. If you're a little bit more advanced than a beginning artist but still looking for inspiration to draw every day, this is a great book. And I would imagine this is a series. I don't know the rest of the series, but I imagine they're just as good. And I think to remember, these books maybe are not for the very beginning artists, but someone who's trying to improve and draw every day. And remember, the more you draw, the better you become. You learn from the act of drawing, and this gives you a way to do that without having to think of anything. So when you do have your inspiration, you already have all your practice under your belt. So I recommend that. Again, this book, I don't want to get pencil marks on it, so I'm going to move this. This book is How to Draw Awesome Stuff, Chilling Creatures, from the best-selling author of How to Draw Cool Stuff. And the author is Catherine V. Holmes. And here's the back. So I recommend it. I'll put a link to this book. I'll put a link to this book in the description if you want to check it out. And I don't make any money off of this book other than the fact that I got a free book, and that was actually a contest that I won. And they did ask for reviews, and I will leave reviews on Amazon and on GoodReads. And I'm not affiliated with GoodReads other than I have an account. So, but I recommend GoodReads if you're not on GoodReads, and they have some great contests. This is the first time I won, but if you want to win some books, I recommend checking out some of their contests, and it's a good way to keep track of what you've read and what you're going to read in the future and what your friends are reading. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you tomorrow.